Hey folks, welcome back. My name is Krishna, and in this video, we're going to take on a question that was posed by a viewer by the name of FanArtFanatic4345. And his question is, can we use the same two-point perspective tricks that I talked about with regards to skyscraper type buildings? Can we use that for something that's more complex, like a Japanese style house, like a pagoda? And the answer is yes, you can. So let's get right into it and talk about how we can do that. So the way we're going to approach this, and again, this is not a one size fits all type of solution. This is just one method of creating a pagoda. We're going to start off by just creating a box. Okay. And then what we're going to do with that box is we're going to make a copy of that box by hitting Command J. We're going to move that box down, and then we're going to use the transform tool, Command T, and we're going to simply extend it out a smidge. What we're doing is we're creating the different layers of the pagoda. So Command J once again, Command T, and if you hold down the Shift key, it basically allows you to create the transform in one direction. I'll just do it one more time. Command T, holding down the Shift key. So we have something like this. We're going to merge all of those layers together. And it doesn't matter if they're precisely correct here in terms of being aligned. That's, not really a big deal. On a new layer, what I'll do is I'll just create some windows or create some decorative elements. Just kind of like create some interesting patterns or shapes or whatever I can use. You'll want to look at some references for this. Maybe this has an actual door, and so on and so forth. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and merge those layers. Let's just assume that we've created some additional stuff for this particular pagoda. And what we're going to do is we're going to hit Command T. We're going to right click and choose perspective. We're going to grab the bottom corner, and bada bing, we've got one side of our pagoda. We're going to duplicate that by hitting Command J, and then we're going to hit Command T, and we're going to right click and we're going to choose flip horizontal. We're going to move that out. We're going to try to align as best as we can the two sides of the pagoda. It's okay if it's not perfectly aligned. This is, you can always come back and fix that. It's not really a big deal. So, okay, so here's what we're going to do now. This is going to be our base layer. What makes a pagoda really interesting, in my view, are the curved roofs. So let's drop the opacity of this layer, and let's now figure out how we can add those curved roofs. What we're going to do is we're going to identify the middle of each of the vertical segments in our top level of the pagoda. And then we're going to create curves on all of these sides, like so. We're going to connect the bottom lines and the top lines. We'll just kind of flare that up to the top. Usually pagodas have some kind of a, interesting point at the very top of the pagoda. So this is our first roof. We're going to create the second roof here too. We're going to find the middle, or it doesn't have to be the middle, but even if it's not the middle, you still want to find the midpoint and then find the next midpoint above it, like so. And again, what we're going to do is we're going to create curves. And I realize that there's a ton of different types of pagodas that are out there. You need to look at some references to kind of get an idea of like the kind of pagoda that you want. There's circular pagodas, there's square pagodas, there's hexagonal pagodas, there's all sorts of really cool variations on that theme. So we've got this curved roof here. Let's extend the roofs out a little bit broader. So what we're going to do is I'm going to find a segment that is roughly in the middle here, but this time I'm going to go to the opposite. I'm going to go ahead and find my next midpoint. I'm going to denote that down here. So we're going to have this longer roof. We're going to have our curve. And we're going to extend that out. I'm just freehanding this using my entire arm to create those lines. And then we're going to have a floor there, and then we'll just extend this all the way down. Again, find the midpoint, find the midpoint. We'll give this a little bit more curvature. And then we can connect the lines that are transparent or with a lower opacity. So some of these windows are not going to be seen here, and that's perfectly okay. We can also begin to add other details like railings or some of them will have, let's just draw a railing in. So again, we're going to find, we've already established a midpoint. Let's get a secondary midpoint, connect those lines together, extend them all the way out, and then just draw our midpoint here. Find your midpoints. And you can simply thicken that up. And you've got now something that resembles a railing. You can add extra lines, for the support for the railings and so on and so forth. So you can create something pretty cool that has got a tapered shape to it like a pagoda using the same techniques that we've talked about before, just like what you're going to see here in the thumbnail for this particular video. That was created using this exact same technique. So I hope you found some value in this video. If you did, please consider giving it a thumbs up so more folks can find it. If you have ideas for upcoming tutorials, let me know in the comments and I'll do my best. If in some cases that there's a video that I've come across that's actually doing a really good job, I don't have any hesitation to go ahead and share that with you as well. Let's just spread the love around. I mean, this is not me trying to grow up my YouTube channel, but this is really just trying to help artists um, and give them the best resources they can possibly have. So anyway, thanks for watching the video. I will see you in the next one.